Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and today we got confirmation of something we already knew about, actually, from like a year ago. But it turns out that Walt Disney has decided to finally give us the goods on when Indiana Jones 5 comes out, with a statement saying Spielberg and Ford reunite as Indiana Jones returns to theaters July 19th, 2019. July 19th, 2000. That's too. God damn it. That's like 2.5 years away. 2.5 years away. And it's going to be over 11 years between this movie and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. 11 years difference, right? 11 years in like literally 2 months. You know, that's a long time in between movies. Harrison Ford was like in his mid 60s in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and here he's going to be in his mid 70s. So clearly, we don't know what the fuck is going on. But here's what it says. Indiana Jones will return to the big screen on July 19, 2019 for a fifth epic adventure in the blockbuster series. Steven Spielberg, who directed all 4 previous films, will helm the as-yet untitled project which star Harrison Ford reprising his iconic role. Franchise veterans Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall will produce. Well, clearly, Kathleen Kennedy currently runs Lucasfilm, so that entirely makes sense. And if I recall correctly, her first movie role, like as a producer, was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom back from 1984, where she actually was an associate producer on that film. So she's been with Lucasfilm for like 30 years and now she runs it. And so, of course, she's going to be involved. Same with Frank Marshall. They go on to say, Indiana Jones is one of the greatest heroes in cinematic history, and we can't wait to bring him back to the screen in 2019, says Alan Horn, chairman of the Walt Disney Studios. It's a rare to have such a perfect combination of director, producers, actor, and role, and we couldn't be more excited to embark on this adventure with Harrison and Steven. Yeah, no, and fans are feeling the same way, because here's the thing. 2 things, actually. 1, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull really isn't as bad of a movie as many of you out there claim that it is. And I will stand by that until the goddamn end of fucking time. The only thing in that movie I cannot defend are the monkeys. Everything else you can find an argument for it one way or the other. The monkeys just make no goddamn sense, with the exception of one thing. One thing, and I'm just going to touch on that briefly because I'm on the subject, so why the fuck not? All right. So, since Indiana Jones was technically based off one of the old serials from the 1930s, we also had serials like Tarzan. And that particular scene with the capuchin monkeys and Shia LaBeouf in the fucking jungle, one could argue that it was simply a nod to previous serials similar to Tarzan. That is an out there fucking play. I will fully admit that. I don't believe that at all, but it's an argument that one might make. That being said, everything else in the movie was completely fine by me. And if you really want to see them understand what I'm talking about, watch all 4 of them in a row. Right? Bam, 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 bam. Just do it in a row. And by the time you get there, you can see what Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was referencing and pulling from previous films. And I think it's a lot better when you watch them all in that particular order. That being said, I still like the movie and I want to see what they do. What we know now is that George Lucas is not involved, which could be good or could be bad. Steven Spielberg himself even said that he made the movie his best friend wanted to make when it came to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So this is going to be something where Lucas isn't going to have any input, and that could be good or that could be bad. And that really does depend on the final product. But it does finish up here saying, famed archaeologist and explorer Indiana Jones was introduced in 1981's Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of AFI's 100 greatest American films of all time, and later thrilled audiences in 1984's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, 1989 Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and 2008's Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The 4 films have brought in nearly $2 billion at the global box office, which is funny that those 4 films pulled in just maybe a little bit more than Star Wars The Force fucking Awakens. So there is that. But here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. Indiana Jones is my favorite franchise. Harrison Ford is one of my favorite actors. My favorite all-time movie is Raiders of the Lost Ark. However, interestingly enough, my favorite Indiana Jones movie is Temple of Doom. Go figure on that one. We can always argue those merits later. But this is a franchise I want to come back. And I know they're going to pass the torch, right? They're going to pass the torch in this movie. They kind of hinted at that with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, with Shia LaBeouf playing Mutt. There's no mention of Shia LaBeouf coming back into this. I don't think it's going to happen, given how Shia kind of talked about how many mistakes they made with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because it's kind of an unwritten rule in Hollywood. You don't talk about that kind of thing. You don't badmouth those movies so close to having come out. You know, you wait 10, 15 years and then you talk about production problems, because then the dust is settled and everyone has moved the fuck on. So we'll have to wait to see what happens here. But without Lucas pushing for certain things, I have a feeling it's going to be good. I have a feeling they're going to return to form. And clearly Harrison Ford's age is going to very much factor into how much action we see. But also, that being said, Harrison Ford is a very tough motherfucker to kill. He's been in 2 plane crashes in the past couple years. So here's the thing. Kathleen Kennedy, Steven Spielberg, Frank Marshall, and all of you fine folks at Lucasfilm. You lock him the fuck up. You wrap him in bubble wrap. You don't let him near a plane that he can fly. And you protect him, because he's a goddamn national treasure, and one that Nicolas Cage would have to steal in order to prove its worth. But the point is, Indiana Jones 5, I can't wait to see it. July 19th, I'll be there. I mean, really, it's going to be July 18th, right? So that's when it's going to be seen. But I will be there, and I will be excited. I can't wait. It's 2 years, and so that's crazy. It's crazy. It's coming. I just hope he doesn't die in the meantime. And that's a knock on wood phrase right there. That's a knock on wood. But I do want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Are you excited for this movie? Do you think that it's going to be like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? It's just not going to be able to live up to the originals. Do you think it's going to be shit? And do you think Shia LaBeouf will make a comeback? These are things I'm curious about, so write them down in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is 3-Buck Theater. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, check back often for more content from me, and have a good one. Peace out.